Hello and welcome to Sports by Compion NFL Preseason Edition. And we are joined here by a fellow host, a man who has a podcast about football, about sports, about yelling from the couch. We have Brent here from Yelling from the Couch podcast to tell us about the Bengals, to tell us about the future of this team. How are you, Brent?
I'm doing great. Who Day, by the way. Glad to be on, man. Glad to talk some Bengals football. I can't wait for football season. We're almost here, and the Bengals out there still making some news today.
Well, we love to hear about it. We're absolutely stoked for you to join the pod. And yeah, we actually have some of their information out here. But if you want, we can just hop right into that news you're talking about. You want to elaborate?
Yeah. So Bengals first round draft pick, Shamar Stewart, has been holding out all preseason.
Yes, he has.
He's wanting a certain guarantee for a deal, and the Bengals are not willing to give him that guarantee. So he's decided, I don't want to be here.
Right.
He's left practice. He left OTAs earlier in the season, and it was announced today that he is going back and working out at Texas A&M, his college.
Oh no.
So there's a possibility that he can re-enter college, get a waiver, play another year,
Yeah.
and re-enter the draft next year, and the Bengals will be the only team that couldn't draft him. I say, good riddance. Go.
Yeah.
That is fine with me, man. If you don't want to be here, I mean, you're a rookie. You had like 4 sacks last year, maybe for your college career. I mean, it was a stretch taking him in the first round with pick, 17 or 18. I can't remember, 17.
For sure.
And he comes in, like a prima donna already.
Yeah.
That should scare a lot of teams away.
For sure. No, absolutely. I think if he does do this, he better have an amazing season in college. Otherwise, he's going to have a hard time getting drafted again. Certainly not first round status. After all this, it was ugly to watch, man. Like, I've been following it from afar, and yeah, that's a real tough look coming into the NFL. I mean, I get it. I guess some of these guys are struggling to get that second contract, so you're trying to make yourself generationally rich on the first one, but that's a tough look.
I get it. I mean, I get where he's coming from, but at the same time, you're a rookie. How about you go out there and you prove yourself and
For sure.
you earn it? I mean, if you don't prove it, I mean, injuries happen. I get it. But at the same time, man, you're a first-round pick, and like I said, that was a stretch for him to take you at that spot, I thought. I didn't like the pick to begin with.
I think a lot of people didn't like it.
Yeah, so for him to just go out there and, demand this, demand that, all while Trey Hendrickson is over there right now in a holdout as well, a defensive end. So the Bengals are trying to replace Trey, maybe. I don't know, man. I think you just cut your losses with Stewart. Let him go back to college if he wants. Worry about trying to sign Trey.
I would agree with that. It seemed like when they drafted him, it was a sort of, we have Trey Henderson at home type of thing. Like, you're hoping that you can get a new guy to just magically replace him. And I don't think you just replace a guy like Trey Henderson that easily. So give him whatever money he needs. Don't give it to this rookie. Give it to this guy who's proven it to you for your team. And move forward with that. I'm with you.
Yeah. And like, if I'm the Bengals, I'm like, all right, Trey, you want a 3-year deal? We'll give it to you. But after that, we're done. It's fine.
Yeah.
Because you're in your prime, you're about to be in your prime, or you're currently in your prime or whatever. But after that, deal's over with. We're going to move on. We will draft your replacement and go from there. And Shamar Stewart wasn't the replacement that most Bengals fans and I was looking for.
It just seemed like such a strange move because there was some good pass rushers still on the board, some good linebackers, and this defense they need some help. They need something. I think I saw a crazy stat like Tom Brady has only lost like 4 games when he throws for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in his like very long career, and Joe Burrow had that just last year. So it's like that defense needs some answers. Let's get into talking about your beloved Bengals team here. How long have you been a Bengals fan?
I've been a Bengals fan my whole life. I've suffered through the 90s when they were just absolutely awful. Jeff Blake, Scott Mitchell years, quarterback. Akili Smith, that was a bad draft pick. And then, the Carson Palmer years, John Kitna before Carson Palmer, Andy Dalton, and now Joe Burrow.
The Red Rifle.
Yeah.
It's really been a tough bit of a.
Yeah. I'm just going to say, really good quarterback. Not great, good. He would get you some wins, get you to the playoffs often, but he was just mediocre at best.
I would agree with that. I think he was surrounded by some good talent. I mean, obviously AJ Green probably going to go down as one of the best receivers. So it's just kind of one of the things that you right on that, right on a good defense. Good old Pac-Man Jones days. Love to see the Bengals were a fun team. I've liked them, and obviously the ups and downs with Burrow. Went all the way to the Super Bowl to be disappointed by the Rams a couple years ago, but that was a tough Rams team to beat. Aaron Donald wanted that ring, and it was going to be hard to deny him.
Yeah, it definitely was. That hurts, man. I don't know why we're bringing up the Super Bowl right now, but man,
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bring up sore topics. It's just the most recent history. Hey, but before we get into the current team, I do have a question because me and a buddy were actually talking all-time teams, and I was like, how good is Chris Collinsworth? Known as kind of a more slot receiver, I would imagine.
Yes.
What do you think of this guy? Do you know more or less? I'm not claiming that you saw him play or anything. I'm just asking for your overall opinion as a Bengals fan. Most people just know him as an announcer now.
Yeah, Collinsworth, he was a little bit before my time, but he played in a Super Bowl with the Bengals. A guy from Northern Kentucky, right across the river from Cincinnati. Everybody loves Chris Collinsworth around Cincinnati until recently, and then it seems like when he's going against some of the Bengals, like the fans are like, "Oh man, we hate Chris Collinsworth." Like, he's doing his job. I mean, I get it. He's criticizing everybody, but for the most part, a lot of people like Chris Collinsworth. He's a fan favorite around here.
Love that. Well, let's hop into this team. So returning, of course, they got Jamar Chase here. Look at they just paid him and Higgins, right?
Yes, big deals for both of them. Well over $100 million for both guys. So I mean,
let's go.
Yeah, who needs defense when you've got all this firepower on offense? Just
absolutely. And correct me if I'm wrong, but is Joseph Odaza, isn't he the guy who had that late hit on Patrick Mahomes like a couple years ago in the playoffs?
Yeah, he did. Frustrating, but
but he is a good player, right?
He's a good player. He's a really good player.
Okay, all right, good. Yeah, everyone makes mistakes. So Joseph, and obviously the Bengals know that. They brought him back. Look like they're pretty much just bringing back the team was their plan for free agency. They're just like, let's just bring all the boys back and we'll try this again.
Yeah, let's bring back everybody, including the offensive line, which was horrible. So there's a fun stat about. I mean, they let him go. They didn't keep him. But, oh, man, his name's escaping my mind now. He played for Tampa Bay.
Cody Malk.
Alex
Kappa. Alex Kappa, that's right, not Cody Malk.
He won the Triple Crown Award last year for giving up the most sacks, the most pressures, and the most hurries, I think, in the NFL. So there's a reason why they let him go.
For sure. And they did pay him that big contract. Was he good like that first year and then pretty much has been falling off since then?
Yeah, he was really good the first year. That whole right side of the line was very reliable. It was the left side.
That was the Super Bowl year, right?
It was after the Super Bowl year.
Okay.
The Super Bowl year was awful. The offensive line was awful. Then they tried to revamp it. They went and got Ted Karras. They went and got Collins from the Cowboys.
Okay.
Yeah, he got hurt, and then they went out and got Orlando Brown from the Chiefs, and they just didn't mesh real well last year.
Yeah, well, hopefully they can have another year to kind of settle into the system. They don't show them here. Besides your first round pick, how's it looking for the rest of the boys as far as the how they've drafted? Do you like it? Did you want them to do other moves?
I like the rest of the draft pretty well. The second round pick, I don't know. The last I heard, all second round picks besides like 2 were holding out.
Yeah,
for the NFL, like every NFL's second round pick was holding out, except for 2 that have signed because they're all wanting guaranteed deals, and only Cleveland and was it the Patriots maybe that signed their second round pick.
I haven't heard about this. I feel like this has not been a thing in previous years. Yeah. Maybe it's all this NIL money. Guys are like, screw it, man. If you're not going to give me the money I want, I'll go back to college, still make good money on NIL, and come and try this again next year.
I wonder if that's what Shamar Stewart's doing. He's like, you know what? I can make some NIL money if I go back to Texas A&M. I'm a first-round draft pick. I'm hitting the transfer portal back to college from the NFL. I'm going to do a first right here.
For real. that's what's happening. He's like, screw it. I can make almost as much back in college, and I'll just go see if I can get another team that does want to pay me. Yeah, I mean, he's in a way, he's betting on himself. It's not a great marketing move, but if he goes out and gets like 12 sacks next year, someone's going to go first round on him again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Somebody will give him that opportunity. It won't be the Bengals, and it's fine.
It won't be the Bengals. No, that bridge is burned for sure.
He burnt the bridge, every bridge that going to Cincinnati. I mean, there's several going to go in there, and he burnt every one of them down.
Oh man, that sucks to lose a first round pick like that, though. That's brutal. Sorry to hear it.
It is.
But one free agent signing I like is Oren Burks. I was eyeing him up for the Bucks this past free agency. This is a solid pickup by you guys.
Yeah, I like the pickup there. They made a few moves there that I like. I mean, they didn't, like you said, they weren't real heavy into the free agency, but some of the pickups that they've got, I actually like. I think it's going to be a good fit for them.
Good. Yeah. They revamped they got 2 new linebackers, Packers D linemen, which you can never really go wrong with them. The Packers do know how to draft pretty well.
And they brought back Samaje Perine, which backup running back. I mean, he was good for us for backup reasons. When he wasn't good, I had a different name for him, but we'll just stick with Perine right
now. Well, hopefully Perine doesn't disappoint as he comes back into the fold. We'll hop into this sort of Bengals free season. Looks like you're starting with Cleveland, the classic Ohio battle.
Oh yeah.
Who knows who they're going to have a quarterback?
That's another topic in and of itself.
A whole another Cleveland Browns episode could be dictated, and we don't have time to cover a rival team for you. So instead, we're just going to ask you, what do you think? Are we starting off with a win?
Yeah, this is at Cleveland. I think that they're probably going to start Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett's my guess. No real reason other than I just think it's going to be Kenny Pickett. I like the Bengals in this one. I think that they're finally going to come out and they're going to get a win in the first week of the season because they always wait until the third week before they, get better. But I think this time they're going to come out and they're going to win the first game against Cleveland on the road.
I love that because they do always tend to start a little bit slow. So it'd be great if they just started on time. They probably would get into the playoffs. It'd be great. They had an excellent run to end last year, but it's just like you start so slow, it's hard to dig yourself out of that hole.
When you start the season off and you lose to the New England Patriots, who are not the New England Patriots of old,
right?
That was the difference in making the playoffs and not.
For sure, that was that's brutal. And then you got a revamped Jacksonville Jaguars team. As a Buccaneers fan, I can tell you I'm against the Jaguars this year. I hate them. They used to be a AFC team of mine, but after the whole shenanigans with Cohen, I wish them nothing but despair and failure.
Man, Liam Cohen. Oh, I forgot. He went to Tampa Bay. So I'm a Kentucky football fan. So he was at Kentucky a couple of years ago with Will Levis.
Right.
Was there for a year. He left, went to the Rams, came back to Kentucky. Apparently he had told Mark Stoops that he would stay longer than 1 year. And after that year was over, he bailed again on him and went to Tampa Bay. So
I've heard the how he operated. They were breaking down his trajectory. I'm like, this guy gets around, man. Yeah. I guess you can't blame him going for whatever the best opportunity is, but he doesn't believe in loyalty, that's for sure.
No, and I mean, who's to say, hey, he has a good year in Jacksonville. He's like, you know what? That Houston job's looking pretty good right about now,
It just jumps teams in the NFL. That would be crazy. Yeah. Just John Gruden's that someone trades for him.
It wouldn't surprise me though. I mean, I know Liam Cohen. I know how he does.
You're probably right. Well, he's got the ultimate job now, so maybe he'll finally settle down. But either way, I hope it goes bad for him because of the way he handled the exit. We would have wished him well and been go get after it, man. But the way he handled the exit, I'm not a Cohen guy anymore. Which he was the best offensive coordinator the Bucs have ever had. The man knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah, he was a good one for Kentucky too.
So I think the Jaguars might be sneaky good this year. I hate to admit it, but what do you think? How's it going to be week 2?
I think week 2 at home. I got the Bengals winning this one. Jacksonville won't be up to par yet at that point in time of the season.
I think that's fair. New coach, figuring out their playbook and everything. I think that's fair. Then you got the Vikings, which who's over there now? Oh, they got McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, the old rookie. Let's see if he can stay healthy. Assuming he is.
Yeah. Well, you go from Sam Darnold, who had a really good season, unless he was getting pressured at the end of the season.
Right.
He acted like he didn't know what he was doing. And then you go to J.J. McCarthy, which is an unknown, but he's got weapons around him. Seeing Jordan Addison may be suspended for 3 games. I saw the news there earlier today. So if he's suspended 3 games,
that would work out perfectly for you.
Yeah, that would work out pretty good. You got Justin Jefferson still over there, and you got Aaron Jones. I like the Bengals, though, on the road in this one. I know I'm going to sound like a little homer here. Okay,
sure.
2 road wins out of the first 3 games, but I like the Bengals in this one at Minnesota.
I could see it because, like you said, new quarterback with unknown entity, really. It's a toss-up this game. We could be talking week 2, and you might have a completely different answer. But I think that's fair as an unknown entity that you start out 3-0. And now this is going to be a test. It is at Mile High Stadium in Denver. Bo Nix was looking good last year. They will be welcoming you guys. And I was just in Colorado this past weekend. Let me tell you, I don't understand how they ever lose at home. Like, it is quite the advantage, man. That elevation will get you. I like to think I'm semi in shape. I play rugby and such.
Mm-hmm.
I was huffing and puffing when we were walking around some of the hiking trails and such. It's crazy up there.
Yeah, who was that Pittsburgh Steelers? Was it Ryan Clark that could never play in there because he had some sort of sickle cell disease or something, and he couldn't deal with the altitude? I'm surprised more players aren't like that. But
yeah.
That's a tough place to play out there with the altitude, and I think that actually this is where I'm going to give the Bengals my first loss of the season. I think that they go out to Denver, and I think they actually drop this one because Denver is Bo Nix will be his second year. He'll be improved. Then on the defense, man, that defense over there is stout, and Sean Payton's going to get that thing rolling. I think that Denver is going to contend to win the NFC or the AFC West. I think the Bengals drop this one.
That's I agree with all of that. I think Denver's going to be really good this year. And if you got to drop one within these first 4, I could see it being Denver. They're in Denver. The question is, do they bounce back now at home against the Lions, who are good old Motor City Dan Campbell? They've been biting kneecaps and everything else. You got to be careful.
Yeah, you got to be careful with Dan Campbell. You never know what you're going to get with that guy right there. I love me some Dan Campbell, though. I love the whole biting the kneecaps and the hard knocks and all that. He's awesome. But I think the Bengals will drop this one at home. I think Detroit's that good, and they'll come in there, and this is going to be an offensive back and forth game. I mean, this is going to be high scoring. Whatever the over is in this game, you might as well take it because it's going to hit.
All right. Well, there you go. Early predictions already of how you can make some money. See how great we are here on Sports by Company, and we got all kinds of information for you fine folks.
We've got you covered.
Absolutely. So the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau, a little shaky from the Packers last year. I feel like when they were playing against good teams. Jordan Love maybe a little bit of a down year. Obviously not terrible if you look at his stats. He was overall pretty decent. But the question is, now that they've drafted yet another wide receiver, do they finally have the number 1 receiver over there? Can they be dangerous? What are we thinking?
I think that the Bengals will go into Green Bay and they will get a win in Lambeau.
Love it.
I think Green Bay is going to be decent. I'm still scratching my head over the release of Jair Alexander. They released him a few weeks ago and led him into my division to go to Baltimore. And I have no idea why they done that.
That Baltimore secondary is disgusting. What is going on with that Baltimore secondary? Oh, my God.
I have no idea. But, don't let him come into our division. Keep him over there. But since they done that, I got the Bengals winning this one.
Nice. Love that. So we're on to a strong 4-2 as we roll into Week 7 against the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers. A bunch of veterans over there. They're kind of going full veteran. Let's try to win right now mentality over there with the Steelers. What do we think at home to start off the rivalry?
Who day? My co-host on Yelling from the Couch is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Okay.
We bashed Aaron Rodgers all season last year, because the Jets and everything, and then they go and trade for him, and I'm like, you guys. But actually, I think he's going to have a decent year. I think he's better than what the quarterbacks were last year for them. And then he's got, DK Metcalf, Jonnu Smith, who I really liked last year. I thought he was really good at tight end for Miami. And then on the defense, man, you bring in Darius Slay. You got Jalen Ramsey that you brought in. TJ Watt, he's still holding out, but I think he'll end up signing with him. But I like the Bengals in this one, only because I think that they can still score on that defense like they did last year.
Yeah, they did tear them apart. One of the few teams. So yeah, I mean that's the home game. Maybe it splits, maybe it doesn't. But either way, we are strong. I think like 5-2 now, rolling into New York. Well, actually, they're home again for the next 2 weeks. They got the Jets and the Bears. I guess the question is, out of these 3 home games, do you think they drop any of them?
I think that they'll probably drop one of them. I think that they beat Pittsburgh. I think that they beat New York. And I think the Chicago Bears come in and give them a loss at home. Surprisingly as it is, I think Caleb Williams is going to be improved. And then you got Adunzie over there. I think he's going to have a better second year for him as well. I think that they come in. I think that the Bears actually give the Bengals a loss. I don't think the Jets with Justin Fields up there will come in and give them one. Although Justin Fields last year, everybody in the stadium knew that he was in the game to run the ball, except for Lou Anarumo and the Bengals defense. And Pittsburgh picked up a first down to win the game. But that's not here or there. I'm not bitter about anything.
No, remembering exact plays or anything. No, I hear you. That's fair though. The Bears pick up a win, so now you're a strong 7-3, headed into the rematch against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do you think you drop this one on the road?
I think so. They're coming off of a bye, and the Bengals always, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is about this team and rest. They're just like, no, we don't need it. Let's just keep playing, because every time they come back at the start of the season or after a bye, they usually get a loss. So I think that they drop this one to Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh. Rivalry game in division,
yeah, likely to split. Makes sense. And then hopefully they can take care of business against the Patriots now for a little revenge from last year.
Yeah, revenge game coming up right there. They got Drake May and the boys. They'll beat them.
They'll beat them. So 8-4, moving into the start of the 2-game stretch. Ooh, this is a rough 3-game stretch right here. What are we thinking?
So Baltimore, tough place to play at Baltimore. You got Lamar over there. Lamar has a really good record against the Bengals. Seems like, and I need to knock on some wood or something here, but it seems like every time that the Bengals play the Ravens in prime time, something happens with Burrow. Like his hand, his wrist, his thumb, something always happens with Burrow in a primetime game against the Ravens. I'm going to say that's not going to happen this time.
Let's hope not. Yeah, knock on wood.
I'm going to go with the Bengals winning at Baltimore in this one. Give me
nice.
the Bengals to beat the Ravens on Thursday night.
Love that.
Thanksgiving night, by the way. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Big win against the Bengals, the Ravens. I love that.
Yes.
All right. And then do you think you can take care of business against the Bills on the road?
It's a little bit tougher. It's going to be a little bit colder then. It's 1st of December. Josh Allen and them, they play pretty well in December. The last time that they played in a regular season game, they didn't finish the game.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I think this time, Buffalo will actually beat the Bengals. The Bengals will drop this one on the road, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, that's reasonable. And then do you think the Ravens get revenge against you guys at home?
Yeah, I think the Ravens will come back and they'll get revenge there, and they'll end up beating the Bengals at Cincy. But, it's a split. Split with the Ravens is fine.
That is fine. And I think you guys can take care of business against Cleveland twice and really just finish out strong in this little stretch right here and be off to the playoffs.
Yeah, and the Cardinals, I think, this year, though, are going to be much improved. We previewed NFC West last week, and they've got a really favorable schedule. And there was a running theme last year, hey, this is a breakout game for Marvin Harrison Jr. He's going to come out and he's going to break out game.
Yeah.
He never really did. But I think maybe this year it's a breakout season for him.
For sure.
We'll see.
I can see it. People are going to start drafting them super high in fantasy football. Get after it. Do it. I'll go with the proven weapons.
Yeah, no doubt.
Absolutely. Well, hey, I think that does wrap up the season. I think you guys are absolutely into the playoffs, and snap that drought of not going to the playoffs because we all love to see Joe Burrow in the playoffs. It's not the same with Adam in there.
Oh yeah. Definitely. He would make. I mean, it'd be fun. It'd be a fun ride if he can get back to the playoffs again with that offense. Him and Higgins and Chase Brown and just all the weapons, the high scoring offense. Everybody loves offense.
Who doesn't love some good offense? I mean, I love defense myself, so I hope they can plug up some holes to help out Burrow there a little bit. Get him a couple punts.
Yeah, start by signing Trey Hendrickson. That's where we can start.
That's a great start. Sign the leader of your defense from last year, led the NFL in sacks, maybe pay that guy.
Yeah. And also, Sam Hubbard retired at the end of the season. So, I mean,
that was crazy. I did not see him retiring.
Yeah. I don't know why he retired. Was 8 years in the league, and he's just, I'm out. And, okay. Well, we got Shamar Stewart.
Do you think it was Lamar Jackson last year, like whenever he was chasing on Lamar in that play and just kind of got handled? Do you think that was kind of what drove him into retirement a little bit?
It might have. It very well
that play was pretty brutal, man. Like I was thinking about if I was like I've played defensive end, and if a quarterback did that to me, I might have to hang up the cleats too. Like that was rough. I don't blame him at all. I'm not saying I could have made that tackle by any means. No, I'm just saying it was a rough day at the office, man.
Yeah, Lamar's a different animal altogether.
He really is.
In college, he went to Louisville, so of course he played UK this whole time, and then now he's at Baltimore. So I'm like, okay, could you go somewhere else? Like, man,
he's just there to oppress you, man. You can't let you. He's always playing for the other team. Brutal.
Yeah.
Well, any last thoughts that hear about your Bengals team as they head into the next year, snap their playoff drought? Are we happy with Zach Taylor? Are we happy with the Brown ownership? Any trailing thoughts?
Oh man, the Brown ownership. I mean, we could go another hour or two on just the Brown ownership and how they like to do business. We'll skip that. Zach Taylor. I don't know if he's really a good coach or it's just because he has Joe Burrow.
Right.
Because the year before he had Joe Burrow, 3-13 or whatever it was, 2-14.
Right.
So I guess Zach's fine for what he is, but I think he's helped more by the quarterback play and that offense more than his coaching style.
Okay, I think that's fair. Yeah, it does. It does. That seems like a pretty good assumption there of his coaching style.
So before I go here real quick, on our podcast last year, we would do like picks. Like every week we'd go in and we make a pick. We pick every game.
Sure.
And so you're a Tampa Bay fan, right?
Yes, sir.
So like every game I would pick against Tampa Bay. I'm like, you know what? Because I would pick them and they would go and lose. And I'd be like, Baker Mayfield goes from the Browns to, now he's over here and I'm picking him and he's losing. I was like, so I pick him to lose, they win. So like every week I'd pick him to lose, then they'd win. Then I'm like, all right, I'm on the Baker train, and then they lose. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me with this team.
Yeah, that's the Bucs life right there. That is 100% Bucs life. Previous like last year, I think we had like a massive win against the Lions. Like week 2, we're feeling really great about ourselves. And then you go and just drop an absolute egg against Denver the very next week at home, no less. Yeah. So like that's just Bucs life stuff right there. That's how we roll. You never know what you're gonna get, what team you're gonna get. We might be a team that can beat the Chiefs and beat the Lions, or we might be a team that just gets absolutely whooped by the Denver Broncos. You never know what's going on with us.
Yeah, well, it was. I had like this unadulterated hatred for the Buccaneers, and I'm like, I don't even care really one way about the Buccaneers. I don't really hate them,
but they're just messing up your picks.
Yeah, every week I'm like, man, I could have went 11-6 this week, and here the Buccaneers drop one to the Panthers. Like, come on.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Every time it happens, I am also angry, and let me tell you, lots of yelling from the couch goes on whenever Bucs losses happen. They're a frustrating team to watch, but they are my babies. They're my guys.
They're a fun team, though. They're a very fun.
They are a fun team.
I'll give you that.
We got a good offense as well. So, yeah, we are a fun team. Bucky Irving coming into his own.
I love me some Bucky Irving in Oregon and last year.
Yeah, we're really happy to have him for sure. As we were happy to have you on, we hope to be invited over there on the Yelling from the Couch podcast. expect to be seeing Brent more often, guys. He's going to be giving us a lot of cool Cincinnati information because we also do a pick'em show, so we can do a little bouncing back and forth. Either way, people get excited. A new era of podcasting is upon us. That's right. Right. Any last words you have for the fine people of Sports by Compion?
Just thanks for having me on. And like you said, we'll just be doing a little crossover between our podcasts. Just stick around, stay tuned for that, and appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for coming on. Sports by Compion. We're out.